Saturn Synclare, I would honestly say I'm a wordsmith. So I don't really care too much about the camera or anything like that. Like I don't have a choice but to write. So the Saturn, it came from I'm out of this world. If you know a bitch that can fuck with me, you can introduce her. I doubt it. And the Sinclair, I just chose that because, you know what I'm saying? It was feminine. My name used to be Spectacle, and it was kind of unisex. So I wanted something with a little femininity to it because I'm sexy. Y'all can see it. It's obvious.
That's so funny because that was one of my questions about your name change, but you already answered that. So,
Okay.
can you tell us a bit about your childhood and what it was like growing up, and kind of how that shaped you as a person and as an artist, both good and bad?
What I can tell you about my childhood, I was a tomboy. So I had a brother and a lot of his friends. I didn't have a lot of females around for real. So I was a little rough around the edges. So it shaped me because I guess, you know, that's where the rapping used to come from, like sitting on a bus with 20 niggas and we'd just freestyle to pass time. And I used to win all the time, which was kind of surprising because I was a girl. So yeah, my childhood was lit. It was more lit than it is for the kids now that live behind a screen. But yeah, it molded me a lot. I was real rough around the edges. I guess I was, yeah, tomboy. I guess that's what you can call it.
And you grew up in Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm from Wyandotte. I'm from Parkwood, nigga. I'm from 10th Street. Yeah.
So, what kind of music inspired you when you were growing up, and how would you compare that to the kind of music you create?
So, of course, I grew up in the Pac and Master P era. But the first female rapper that, you know, I used to idolize Queen Latifah a whole lot. She was, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of everything for me. I went through that who you calling a bitch phase. So I used to say that a lot. Like, you know. So I would say that she influenced me. But me and X2, that whole 1996 Master P, you know, he was a genius. So when I was young, that's all you would hear. And as I got older, it was a lot of Scarface. He's my favorite rapper because of the storytelling and the delivery.
So when you first began doing music, did you receive like a lot of backlash, or was it more support from your
Well, it
family?
was a little bit of both because I started off with Family Tree. Shout out to Family Tree, Hustler Made Bugs and Birdman and all them, and then I had a cousin, Ishmael. So once again, 8 or 9 niggas, and I was the only chick. And it was a little bit of both. So if niggas couldn't fuck you, they called you a dyke. You know what I'm saying? And back then, your sexuality you couldn't be as free with, and you had to. I would rather be labeled that than a hoe because half of them would try to fuck, and that would be my only problem. I kind of got tired of that because I wasn't into like the nasty box. I used to rap like they did. So some niggas used to feel intimidated about that, which they probably still do. As you know, no hate on the Megans and the Cardis, but they get accepted first. So if you got something to say besides that, niggas, they really, unless they're really secure in their artistry and who they are, they not feeling that. You know, and I still get that now.
So, do you think that that can be changed in the industry, or you think that's just
Uh,
something that
I think
y'all
that's
have to
always gonna
accept?
be there, but I don't give a fuck. Just respect me first. You know, I don't think that's ever gonna change as far as being a woman in a man's world. You know, they need us. They don't want to admit that, and they don't like to be outdone. I can be submissive if you're worthy. Otherwise, I'm gonna run over you. I'm a whole beast for real, but I can be submissive.
Can you tell us what it was like working with artists like Fat Show?
Tom was actually hella cool and respectful. The way I met him was through my brother, Free Leland. He's like the right now, but they used to do some stuff together. So, I guess what happened was, they did a business transaction, and instead of my brother paying Tone, he was like, "I want my sister to hop on your shit," but he hadn't heard me yet. So, he ended up hearing me through a niece or something. They had a mixtape. Yeah, I used to have a mixtape when I was Spectacle. It was called Niggas Ain't Shit. It was like 8 songs explaining that niggas ain't shit, and most of them still ain't. But we can still go ahead and roll with that. That's okay. That's no longer a secret. It's some good ones. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, he ended up calling me in the middle of the night one night, like at 12:15. Like, yo, you Leland's sister? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I need you to pull up. And I'm like, who is this? He's like, this is Tone. Your shit is dope. Can you come fuck with me? And I'm like, fuck it. He was very respectful. I had to meet this nigga in the cut, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the nowhere because of all the shit that he had going on. And it was just him and a white boy. And I already had my shit in my head, and he was like, I just want to work with you. And we did the song. So we did a song, Niggas Ain't Shit, and it's on that mixtape, My Hood Betrayed Me. And then we did the Hold You Down, which is the one that got more of the buzz. And after that, he was like, you know what, I really fuck with you. So I got a run to make. I'm going out of town. When I get back, I'm going to sign you. As you know, he never made it back. So that's how that happened. Yeah.
Look, I wasn't expecting that. Like I knew that you, I knew that you had worked with him.
Yeah,
stuff, but I didn't know.
Yeah, like we weren't really
supposed to come back and sign.
Yeah, like we weren't really tight. We were just he just respected me. Him and my brother had a cool, you know what I'm saying, business relationship. And I did that song and he liked me, you know what I'm saying? He was like, damn, I didn't think you were gonna be what you are. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But out of respect for your brother, I went on ahead and like I said, one of his nieces or somebody was playing the tape. He was like, damn, that is his sister. And I met him there and I think he didn't like the way it sounded. We ended up meeting at another house and doing it over again. And he was like, I'll holler at you when I get back. I'm gonna sign you. We're gonna do a mixtape and go from there. And he just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, do you think that took a toll on you in any type of way, like both in your music career or where you wanted to go?
That wasn't the only time that I was this close. I actually flew to New York by Arista before, but the AOAR that had flew me up there had lost his job, and out of spite took all the artists that he was bringing to the table. So I flew to New York in 2011. So that's not the only chance, or that I was this close. But I got tired of niggas around here. I was kind of tired of it, and I don't feel like I had an element because, like I said, I wasn't on a booty popping shit, and niggas just didn't receive me the way I felt that I should have been received. I think I was a little bit ahead of my time. I hope that answers the question.
No, you did a great job. So, did you find discouragement at all?
You know what? I just kind of, like I said, I got fed up with having to explain to niggas, nah, I'm not fucking. You know what I'm saying? Niggas would, what really used to bother me, I didn't think I was that dope at first, right? Because I used to just battle rap, because back then it was really in. But niggas would ask me for a verse, and my verse would always come up missing. You know what I'm saying? So my verses would constantly get taken off shit. And that's what I was like, well, what the fuck? Why is these niggas taking my verse off? And then my brother was like, them niggas ain't gonna let you out rap them on their shit. You know what I'm saying? So that I got tired of it. You know what I'm saying?
Find that happening still?
I don't give a fuck no more.
So do you not really work with male artists?
Now, like I said, so I kind of had some health issues and a whole bunch of shit, and I had just totally quit rapping because I'm a poet first. Like you said with Mr. Watson, that's a poem. And when I was going through some shit, TJ had just be sending me beats like, cuz don't put your pen down right. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try one more time. And the Saturn Synclare came because Spectacle, that's old. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm not a 21-year-old little girl with a 22 in her purse no more. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that it was a part of evolution. So, I don't think the niggas hating is ever going to change. And I don't think niggas like being outdone by women too much. But if a man is secure in who he is, it's our business. It's not going to be a problem. But I really don't give two fucks anymore. Like, I'm glad I'm doing this interview because I'm done being shy. I think I was putting myself in a box to make niggas feel comfortable. I'm done with that as well. So this is y'all warning. I'm sorry for the low self-esteem that I'm about to bring on the niggas around here and other places of the world. I'm so sorry.
But next, bring battle rap back. They need to.
I think they still do it. It just ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same.
Everybody's so timid. Weak now.
Kind of speaking of, that was kind of my next question was kind of growing in music and seeing both in your music and just music in general. What do you would say some of the biggest differences and the biggest similarities are?
That you used to stick out for being different. And nowadays, you know what I'm saying, the social media and the socials and shit is kind of like a catch-22 because it's more of a popularity contest. It's not, you know what I'm saying, your ability is who you know. So, you know what I'm saying, niggas got money that can run numbers up. And it's a lot of talent that gets surpassed because they might not be, you know what I'm saying, as outward. It's a lot of whack niggas with clout that's getting money. I ain't hating on the whole money thing, but half these niggas is weak as fuck. And they all sound alike. But I don't want to do the T-Pain rant. So.
don't do that. We see
Right.
TV, don't go ahead. Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, how do you feel about new artists in comparison to older artists, or how the industry was a while ago in regards to like respect and how people treat the music industry?
I don't think respect matters as much. I don't think motherfuckers give a fuck about respect like they used to. People just want to be seen and validated. And this is a platform for a lot of people to get validation. You don't get a lot of people that write because, their soul is aching. That's why I write. It's a lot of people that just want the screen time, and nowadays that's really all you see. There's a lot of dope ass artists that we ain't never heard about that's sitting in their room, you know what I'm saying, writing themselves to sleep, like me. So I think that's a big difference. Yeah, I'm a crock pot bitch. I'll let my shit simmer. Ain't that right, baby?
Okay. So, kind of speaking about like screen time and stuff like that, since you came from kind of a time where your music you couldn't put it on streaming,
right?
YouTube wasn't there,
right?
The video thing wasn't there. Do you think that experience helped you or hurt you when it comes to like how you do your music and stuff now?
You know what? I can honestly say I'm not shy. I just don't like attention. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of impossible for me to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's go biblically. The Bible says your gift will make room, right? Your gifts will make room for you. I feel like I'm talented, but at the same time, I don't want to walk in the room and there's 20 people staring at me. I don't like that. I want to be listened to instead of seen. But unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, I'm having to force myself out of that box because I'm shortchanging myself. So back then it didn't matter. It does now. People want to know who they hear. So video will be coming soon. Supreme, titled Apple. You laughing? I'm a whole vibe, huh?
You are. So, what has been the most challenging part of returning to today's music?
Just what we just talked about, like having to be seen. I haven't been wanting to put my face out there. Not that I have low self-esteem or anything. It's just that I just don't. I don't want glory. I just want you to hear my story bars. Oh, it's probably mine. I'm sorry. Mama, I'm coming to get her in a minute.
Okay, how does creating both music or poetry, writing, just in all fronts, help you mentally?
For real, it has gotten me out of some really dark spots. Shout out to my cousin, TJ, Sachi right here. What y'all probably don't know, we first cousins. So my mama and his daddy, they brothers and sisters. So he knew when I was in a dark spot because I was really sick. I went through a lot of shit. And he would just send me tracks. And for real, it saved my life because I didn't have an outlet. I was too busy trying to stay strong. I had a little baby at the time and everything was crumbling. But that's all I feel like I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work for me like meditation or, you know what I'm saying, after you smoke the blunt or after, you know what I'm saying, that awesome orgasm. Oh, thank you. Things like that. That pain is still there. So writing for me is my biggest thing. Like, for real, I was thinking about ghostwriting for a minute, but I just couldn't find anybody. I don't think the universe had it aligned for me too, because I couldn't find anybody to spit the shit like I could.
Like you can.
Yeah, so that's
you're
still.
An artist and you sensitive about your shit.
Come on now, E.
Okay.
Badu.
Okay, shit, that shit real.
Yeah.
So, what would you say music or just creating has caused you to learn about yourself?
I didn't know how vulnerable I was until I started writing. Because, like y'all probably do, everybody's not allowed to see certain layers of you. But when that pen is moving, that magic happens. And you read that shit, be like, damn, I really am fucked up. Like, I'm a beautiful fucking mess. But I didn't know that until I started writing that shit down. Because I kind of hold a lot in. Anybody else do that? May I ask y'all that?
Of course.
All right, then I ain't the only one.
Right,
it really is. Mm-hmm.
So, do you wish that you would have learned that sooner, or do you feel like it took place when it needed to take place?
To trust God is to trust His time, and my time is now. It's certain things I had to go through to understand the woman that I am. Like, I'm a warrior now. Like, my foundation is steady. It's some shit that probably could happen 10 years ago. I wouldn't make it, but a nigga can't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? So the timing is perfect. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Sachi, he was a little something asking me questions. Now look at him. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't no coincidence. It's supposed to happen just like it's happening. Yeah.
So, in your opinion, how important is it for black girls and black women to be confident? And you feel like your music helps or can help black women?
I think that you become more confident when you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? When you take that face off. A lot of us, we have to wear that face all day. And that shit takes a fucking toll. So I just feel like if you are yourself, you comfortable with who yourself, it will give you confidence. That carbon copy shit, that's gonna have you comparing. How can you be comfortable with that? I'm not you, bitch, you not me. You know what I'm saying? But we get too much of that. People scared to break out of their shell because they look different, they sound different. And that's why you got, you know what I'm saying, today's music industry, carbon copies. So, yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like disco. It's just gonna dry up eventually, but I ain't mad at the niggas that's getting the bag now, because I punch a clock every morning and I'm struggling to get up. You know, so.
So, do you both, I guess, now and before, feel like you as a female artist have responsibilities as a female artist that perhaps your male counterparts don't have?
I mean, it's always gonna. I don't feel like I'm responsible for like being a role model to anybody's daughter but my own. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, but I do. I feel like it's just like I will never understand a woman that demands respect when she doesn't respect herself. You know what I'm saying? It's just I'm old fashioned. You know, I ain't no spring chicken, I'm seasoned. Remember we talked about the crock pot? I've been in there a while. So I don't understand how a woman expects to be respected or treated as more than a piece of meat if all she does is talk about her filet mignon all day. You know what I'm saying? So whatever works, but that's just not my bag. We all fuck, we grown. I just feel like I'm more than that. And I don't ever want to be viewed. You know what I'm saying? I have great brains, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to say it like that, but I do.
But yeah, like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that to be the only thing I'm known for. So I'm not responsible for people. You know, you raise your own kids. I'm raising my daughter the way I want her to view herself. You know, but that whole shit is just ain't for me. But I guess if you cool with being a hoe, you may as well go ahead and tap into it. You know, it's nothing wrong with being sexual if that's who you are. Some women are just sexual by nature, over sexual. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's not sexy when it's just overly done. You know, if you just ooze sex appeal, you just do.
That's just you, yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. So, kind of going back to putting your feelings on the pad and stuff like that. As artists and creatives, some of our best work, you know, comes from that pain and heartache and trauma.
Right.
How do you recover from those traumatic experiences, and what do you do to make sure that you don't like continuously carry that weight with you?
Shit, my shoulders heavy. I always carry it. I've been through some things I don't think I'm ever gonna be over completely, but I just feel like with time, you kind of learn coping mechanisms. Shit, it's some shit that we gonna go to the grave with. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna have a thorn in my side. I mean, it's some shit, some pain that I would like to take away, but it kind of made me better. So it's like a catch-22. Let's go on and keep it there. It changed me. You know what I'm saying? Pain changes you, but I didn't let that shit bury me.
What's one experience that you would say you wouldn't have made it this far in your music career or life in general without? Damn, I wouldn't be here if that wouldn't happen.
Going back to TJ, so I had I lost a child. I got real sick. You know what I'm saying? I was full term. I ended up going to the hospital and she didn't have a heartbeat. So, you know what I'm saying? She passed away. And after that, I got an infection in my bloodstream and I spent about 7 months in the hospital. I had 17 surgeries. I was in a coma and I was on life support. You know what I'm saying? So when I came out of that, I was like, that's when it kind of hit me like, oh, I got something to do. It's a lot of people that don't make it through that. It's a lot of people that don't come off ventilators. So after that, I'm like, well, damn, I kind of felt chosen. Because it's a lot of people. That's where my strength came from. Like what a lot of people got buried from, that's where I emerged from. You know, my losses, I lost everything. My relationship, my home, my child, my health. I had a colostomy bag for like 2 years. Like I was bad off. But then after I started healing, I was like, you don't get to see another day without a purpose. And like I said, that writing, it helped me. And that's when the Saturn came from, and the writing again. And then I promised myself I'll never stop writing. So TJ, he stays on me about, trying to be seen and everything. But I had to heal because I was still hurting. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go somewhere and people know what you've been through. I'm not a victim. But people would just have compassion, but I didn't know how to accept it. So they were like, oh, I'm sorry you lost everything. I'm sorry you lost your child. I'm sorry you lost your man. I'm sorry you lost your house. I'm like, damn, bitch, I'm just coming to get some bread.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to recover.
Yeah.
So I know now that I'm healed because I can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And I can write about it without going into a dark hole. But I was so busy trying to mask that shit. That's how you fuck around and have a nervous breakdown. Because like I said, I had one baby. She was on my hip real little. And I just wanted to live for her because it was nice. The doctor said, last night that was it. And I remember fighting. It's only by the grace of God. But that situation, all that right there made me who I am now. So I don't have no regrets. It's a heaven. She's there. That nigga, he's gone. My money is back.
No, I'm like, these is quotes that I could have used on everything. She didn't say so many quotes that I could use.
Yeah,
so I don't even take that many pictures, but I'm going to use them.
That's okay. All for
okay.
you.
So if you could tell your younger self anything, what would it be?
Damn, that's a good one.
Or a couple things.
Woo! If I could tell my younger self anything, it probably would have been don't stop. Because I did stop music. You know what I mean? I know I'm going to make it. I don't have any doubts anymore. But I just feel like I should have just kept pushing. I do regret that. Not as much as I used to, because I know, the world is rotating on its axis right now for me. But at that, I feel like I should have kept going. Girl, do I make you drink?
Waking up in the morning makes me waking up in the morning.
Right.
Breathing makes me look.
No judgment for me. No judgment. Yeah, and this is red wine in my cup. Just want to let you know it helps me be a better mother.
Okay.
Judge your TT.
Yeah. Put it right. Yeah. Put it in the parents' magazine. Okay.
Okay, so the days where you don't feel like writing or creating, how do you find inspiration or get motivated?
I listen a lot, so I study music now. Because I wanted to stay current. So I started rapping a long ass time ago, and shit has changed tremendously. So even the shit that I don't want to listen to, I listen. That's what I do to stay current. But I'm a big fan of Kevin Gates. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with Kevin Gates because of his authenticity, and also his cadence. So I study. I just don't ever stop listening. I listen to every genre of music. So on the days that I'm not writing or listening, and I don't like to listen to myself. I hear myself talk all day. I don't want to hear that shit. I know where it came from. I want to hear somebody else. So that's what I do. I just listen to music all the time. No matter what genre, who it is. But I think Kevin Gates kind of inspired me a lot because he's another one of those that doesn't have that wall up. He's really transparent. And for him being a light-skinned nigga, he ain't that bad. But I don't like light-skinned. Yeah, I don't.
What advice would you give to upcoming artists, both from learning what you learned from your history and both with what you're still learning today?
Just don't be scared to be who you are. You know what I'm saying? You running with 10 knockoff niggas and you knock off nigga number 11. That's probably not gonna work too well for you because we all got different souls, right? So this is what I'm trying to understand. If it's 4 niggas in a car, how the fuck y'all got the same soul? How the fuck y'all got the same delivery? How the fuck y'all got the same? You know what I'm saying? That shit don't make no sense. That's it. So, I guess soul searching and knowing who the fuck you are, it's a plus. That monkey see, monkey do shit is failing a lot of niggas. And a lot of women too. So just be who the fuck you are. And stop seeking validation, just be yourself.
Speaking on that, what would you say was the process for you to
I always knew I was a little different because I like poetry. I never cared about, when I was coming up, I didn't have money for the fucking dope instrumentals and shit. So I always, it was the wordplay for me. What was the question again? Sorry, rewind. Go ahead and repeat it.
Shit.
Discovering who you are.
Oh yeah, like I started writing real early though. I remember my first poem. I was 7. Like I've always wrote, and I just know I didn't really care for the book thing because it was too long and drawn out, And then I would sneak and go right in the back, and then when them battles came up, I'll be murdering niggas. Yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I would just write down clever shit. And how I really recorded for the first time, like my brother, I had a notebook and I would just write poems, and then I would laminate them, and nigga found them, and then he gave them to my cousin Ishmael, like, she can rap, and I was like, no, I can't, and he was like, well, shit, if you writing this shit, you can, and I was about 14 at the time, and that's kind of when everything started. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
The longer we take, which is no rush, this takes over.
No,
I'm just saying.
You have to wrap it up, get you in the booth.
Whatever you want. Okay.
Tell us kind of what do you see on the scope for what's next for you, or what do you plan or want to be next?
Well, my next single is going to be Supreme, and the name of my next album is going to be Supreme. So it's just going to be me not being shy anymore. I've come to the terms with I'm too dope to be hiding, and I've also come to the terms with these weak and whack ass niggas is too comfortable, and I got to do something about that.
What's your zodiac?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay. Powerful. I feel that.
Do you? Do you feel it? You be playing with them cards and shit?
You a witch and shit.
Just kind of tell me about your crystals and sage.
I don't know nothing about that.
So, tell the people where we can find you, where we can find.
Well, you know what? Right now,
Supreme
you know what I'm
gonna be
saying.
dropping?
I'm aiming for the single to drop. What's today's day?
The
18th
of
July.
September. Let's get. What you think, cuz? Sachi? We give it 60 days. Because we want the video to go right along with the song. So it'll be my first video. Y'all get to see me, and I want to shout out all the pretty BBWs too, because I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm cool with the whole Lizzo movement, but you don't get to see us enough in all our splendor and glory. And I have a lot of splendor and a lot of glory. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to promote that. Okay, so that's what the Supreme come from. They need me. They need this. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Yes. If you skinny, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody talking about, bitch, when you thick with diabetes. I don't want to hear that shit. I know what y'all be on. I get so tired of hearing that shit. But I've been big and fine my whole life, nigga. I was born 10 pounds in 1979. I came out breech, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no other way. My mama couldn't even get me out. So I don't want to hear nothing about, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Birth, okay?
Any other questions? Huh? Yeah, I'm just but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and turn my little I'll go on ahead and turn it into Saturn Synclare. Like I said, I've been real shy and behind. If you ever want to get at me, get it, Sachi. He's my A&R, he's my manager, he's all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't even charging niggas for verses. I ain't fucking with y'all. But for any female, free for right now. Any female that want me, and I ain't gonna hold back, but I will make you get your bars up, bitch, I promise. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and when's the next cipher?
So that one is done. But I was thinking, we can do this, what if we do like the jacket remix?
Whatever.
Yeah. It depends on if you want to get not disrespectful, but like, it's certain niggas who can just take their niggas like.
Let's go ahead and do all that. What Sachi says goes. So
just on some rap shit.
Yeah, let's do all that. Whatever.
You can swing the camera
yeah, no.
I don't even be saying niggas.
Yeah, cuz feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? He getting out of his spot. I like that shit. I just want to thank my cousin on camera, cause you know you got me out some dark days. You know what I'm saying? Him sending me them instrumentals and shit. That changed my life. It's Saturn like the planet, cause bitch, I'm out of this world. And Synclare, SYN, cause I do sin. So it's SYNCLARE, but I've been forgiven. Go on and put that on me. I'm so tired, baby. Sick and tired out of drama. So tired, I'm so tired, baby. Put your pride away, nigga.